So we see that your companies are very active yet in the virtual environment. Can you give us some tips or talk about strategies on how students can apply for or be a candidate in this virtual environment?
All right, so a couple tips that I have is, I guess the number one thing that comes to mind is exposure. Expose yourself, get out on social media, make sure that you put out on LinkedIn or wherever you tend to navigate towards more is that you're looking and have all of your profile updated. Um, Ask others to add some recommendations and to spotlights out there on LinkedIn for you. Search the job boards, search the jobs on LinkedIn. We post in a lot of different areas. Ask your fellow students, where are they interning? Who have they talked to? So even if they have an internship with a company that you may not have an interest in pursuing, ask them, what else have you been seeing? Because everybody's searching. I just received a couple emails this past couple days about people that are no longer able to do their internship. So they're reaching back out. So absolutely do that. You may have closed the door on an opportunity in the past, but it doesn't mean they close the door on you. So be sure to reach back out too if you have any interest in revisiting if something did occur with an opportunity. But just be open to conversations. If it doesn't work out now, it might be something down the road. And I say, like I mentioned in an earlier question, is now's the time to explore. It's great to explore, see what's out there. You're on social media a lot more now, probably. You're on the internet a lot more. So just do that exploration and do not be afraid to reach out. If you see a profile of somebody that works somewhere, reach out. We want to hear from you. So don't be afraid to reach out. So those are just some things that I would share.
Absolutely. So talking about, great advice for seeking your next internship opportunity or full-time opportunity during this time of COVID-19. Obviously, we are online in a much greater way than we were in the past. And, moving forward in terms of any events or interviews, they will now be done on a virtual basis. A great example of this is our upcoming Baker Tilly Spotlight event. This is typically an event where we had candidates such as yourself who are majoring in accounting apply for this in-office event. And it is a great day, great opportunity to connect with our staff and our partners and for you to get an inside look at Baker Tilly and talk about future internship opportunities. The great news is that while this had been an in-office event in the past, we are absolutely translating it to a virtual platform. It will be on June 4th for our Alton office and then June 11th for our Milwaukee office. So if you are interested in either of those events, you can absolutely head to our Baker Tilly website and apply for either of those opportunities. We are going through and extending invitations to candidates that apply that really stand out to us. So absolutely feel free to move forward and do that. You can also reach out to me via LinkedIn for further information in regards to either of those two events. I would be happy to help you because really the truth is Baker Tilly is continuing to hire. We are not slowing down at all, and we find our best talent on campus at UW-Oshkosh within the accounting program, and we're so excited to continue that moving forward for our spring 2021 internship opportunities and then opportunities to follow after that. So with these new virtual events, whether it's a virtual panel or virtual question and answer, or a virtual event like Spotlight, as I just mentioned, or a virtual interview, this is some uncharted territory, and it may make you feel a little nervous or anxious. And I'm just here to let you know you do not have to worry. If you follow a few quick tips that I'll give you, you can be totally prepared and feel very confident going into these virtual opportunities. The first would be to test out any technology that you have prior to one of these virtual events. A great way to do this is to test it out with a friend of yours, or maybe a family member that's in a different household, like your grandma or your mom if you're not living at home, and just make sure that your audio and visual elements are working great. Next up, I would definitely recommend that you dress to impress, just like you would in any interview opportunity. Make sure that you are professional on the top and bottom half, so no sweatpants, so that you feel really good about yourself and your appearance going into a virtual event. Also, be aware of your body language. Make sure you're looking into the camera, smiling, and being very controlled in your language and your body movement. And then last but not least, just watch any surroundings. Make sure that you have a clean backdrop, and that your dog is maybe tucked away in another room so you don't hear any barking in the background. So those are a few quick tips for having a great virtual interview, and making a really strong impression during these very different times of COVID-19.
It's interesting that you shared those tips, and I think that they were really great. We've also heard of employers and HR professionals, recruiters, really being concerned about students and walking in and kind of getting the meeting, the go-to meeting or the virtual interview, helping them get that set up so they understand. And they always say, we're willing to give you grace during this period, but it might shake your inner self so your A game is not on. So yes, very great information and advice that you both have shared. So thank you very much.